All right, and we're back on Hollywood Babylon with the legendary Marty Keegan himself.
And you got Wild One is saying they saw Animorph in Milwaukee and they recommend it. So very good.
Awesome.
Very good. It's a different kind of a serial killer movie. So listen, if you like Willem Dafoe, you're going to like the movie. And it is a bizarre killer deal that I've never seen before. So it was very, very unique. Good. So do we have Time Magazine on the phone?
Yes, we do have Time Magazine on the phone.
Rebecca Winters, are you there?
Hi, Babylonians. Hi.
Listen, just do me a favor. When I ask you a question, don't give me a yes answer or no answer. Just enumerate, would you? My man Willem was
talking to me.
Yeah, no, my man Willem Dafoe was a little hesitant to answer a couple of questions.
What do you think about this article you wrote?
When I asked him to do a station break, he's the first person who's ever been like, well, what are you going to do with it? So, but it was interesting.
Well, you asked him what? Wait.
I asked him to say, this is Willem Dafoe, and you're listening to Hollywood Babylon. Like Joan Rivers and Kevin Smith and et cetera, and you got a little paranoid about it. So I'm going to have to send him a check or something. So anyway, let's talk about Iron Man.
He wants royalties.
He wants royalties.
Yeah, let's talk about Iron Man.
So you've got a UE radio audience, you've got a Now Live audience, and you've got people who are listening to the movie blog. So
awesome! Wow! Hey, everybody.
And
Well, yeah. So Iron Man is it's what is it? May 2nd it comes out, and I did see it for a piece I did on Robert Downey Jr., which came out in Time Magazine on Friday, and which is on Time.com right now. And it's kind of the Robert Downey Jr. we've all been waiting for, really. I mean, a lot of us remember him showing so much promise in the beginning of his career. He got nominated for an Oscar for Chaplin, and then of course crashed and burned really with drug
Rebecca,
problems.
Can you hear me?
In and out of rehab.
Rebecca, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Rebecca?
I can now. Were you talking before?
No, just hang on a second.
Hello?
Because there's a sound problem, and nobody can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
It's not. What are you sorry for? Do we have the sound problem corrected?
I think we do.
I've got pictures of people here. They're flipping me off. They don't know what's going on. Everybody's panicking. Everybody on there is saying, "Where's the sound? Do we have the sound?"
Give me 1 second. I'm finding.
If you guys can hear, give a thumbs up in the picture.
Let's see. Do.
What's going on?
Well, they're trying to fix the sound. There's a sound difficulty. So there is no sound. You're not going out to anyone.
It's a good thing this didn't happen during that riveting interview with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Hold on. Net Connect success. Bam, what is happening here? I see you. All right, you two
want
talk
me to
in
call
case of
back?
life. No,
No, hang on a second. They're just trying to fix it, and everybody's online wondering what's going on. It probably has something to do with coming out of the trailer that you played. No? All right, that's the end of my...
Marty should never give technical advice.
People are telling me to quit talking because my lips are flapping and I can't see. Holy moly cannoli.
What's going on?
Holy moly cannoli. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Can they hear you, Marty?
No, no one can hear me. The red zone is for loading and unloading only.
They can't hear you.
No, you can hear me, but no one can hear me. So in reality, I could yell at you right now while I have a smile on my face.
And no one would know.
And everyone would still think I'm a great guy.
I
The sound is going to come.
Molina.
What's that?
I interviewed Supervisor Molina after you left.
Very good. Now, hang on a second. Hey, well, it's down there. The video is on. They say the video. Come on, Turtle. Get it going, man.
I'm working on it here. I'm playing with Dan. I think we might be on this.
I'm making chicken.
Good for you.
Are you going to be hungry when you get home?
Okay. Careful because the sound's going to come on at any second. So, let's...
Okay, I'm not going to say anything embarrassing.
Okay. Hang on. I wish I knew how to juggle.
Make faces. Dance. Oh, the chicken needs to be turned over.
There's over 300 people, 305 online right now.
Are they sticking around throughout this?
Yep. You know, and it's a great lead-in because Campy had all the people, and then they're able to tell them, hey, hang on, here comes Willem Dafoe. And bingo bango.
Bingo bango. If only the sound works.
Hey, it's tough interviewing Jesus Christ. Can I tell you that?
You interviewed Jesus Christ?
Well, he was starred as Jesus in The Last Temptation of Christ, remember? I mean,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the list of his movies is really quite astounding. We're back! I don't know why I'm yelling. All right, we're back with Rebecca Winters of Time Magazine talking about her interview with Robert Downey Jr. I apologize. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I didn't do anything. That's why there's no beverages allowed here in the studio. But, Rebecca, can you talk to us about Robert Downey Jr. and Ironman? Everybody's very excited about Ironman.
All right. Well, people put up on the board what you want to know about Ironman, and let me know. I mean, I did interview Downey at his house. It was really kind of neat to see him looking very healthy, looking very happy. He's got a huge year coming out.
You saw no drug
Ironman
paraphernalia
and
lying
Tropic
about.
Thunder,
There was no drug paraphernalia lying about.
No.
Was his house
No,
neat?
he's very healthy now. He's very into... Does he what?
Was his house clean?
Hello? His house is clean. He's got this very modest, kind of modern house at the end of a cul-de-sac in Brentwood. But he's really into kung fu now and natural herbs and yoga, and he's very different Robert Downey Jr. than people, saw in the 90s, in and out of rehab and in and out of jail. And the neat thing is in Iron Man, you know, the lead role in Iron Man is Tony Stark, who's this weapons manufacturer, industrialist, definitely a bad boy sort. And, you know, you couldn't really see like a Tobey Maguire type playing a guy like that. You need a guy with a little bit of a past, and that's why Downey's pretty good for the role, I think. And then that's why he was able to get the role, in fact.
Okay, well...
But, yeah, if anybody on the board has any questions about Iron Man or Speed Racer, which I saw the first couple of reels of, just throw them up there.
Okay, and you can also call in if you want to talk to Rebecca, 310-984-7600, and I'll give you a DVD. Good deal. So, what was he like in general, talking to Robert Downey Jr.? Was he a gentleman? Was he nice? Was he manic? Was he funny? What was he like?
He's nice. He has a very unusual way of talking where you ask him a question and he's very poetic and strange and just meanders around the topic, and eventually he does sort of answer it. But it actually took, I had to listen to the tape a couple of times to figure out some of the things that he was saying. And in fact, he made a joke about it at one point. I said, you know, I tried to follow something he was saying. He said, oh, you won't really get this until you listen to it on playback. And he was right. I mean, he has a very kind of odd, quirky, he's obviously very, very bright, perhaps a little bit too bright for his own good, because you're kind of trying to follow along and feeling like, God, I'm not getting what this guy is saying. But he's very, very down to earth. In fact, it's his humility. A lot of people who I spoke to said it helped him get back into the business after he went through rehab. You know, it was only 5 or 6 years ago that Woody Allen wanted to cast him in Melinda and Melinda and couldn't afford the insurance. Now he's got these 3 big films this year. And one person I spoke to for the piece was Mel Gibson, who personally put up the insurance money for the first movie Downey did after he got out of rehab.
As long as there were no Jews in the film.
Said, like, when
Mel Gibson put up the money as long as there were no Jews.
I don't know how they worked that out since Robert...
And lots of beer. I want lots of beer, and I want no Jews. If you can make that happen, he's in, Mel Gibson.
Well, you know, Downey's dad is Jewish, so I didn't think to ask him.
What do you mean Downey's dad is Jewish? Downey's dad is Irish. His last name is Downey.
He changed his name from Elias.
Oh, really?
His real given name is Elias, yep.
I did not know that. Very fun fact. Interesting.
See, little factoid you learn on the Hollywood Babylon.
Well, actually, I have a friend who lived with Robert Downey Jr. and his father. Actually, they lived with him at his house making a movie back in the 70s when he was a kid. So I had a lot of stories about him. But we've got a phone call from...
We've got Corey from UE, who we are also syndicating on right now.
Very
on
good.
The line.
UE Radio, Corey, you got a question for Time Magazine. Lay it on her.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I actually, when I heard Robert Downey Jr. was going to be an Iron Man, I just rolled my eyes because it you can't picture him in that role, right? But man, the previews for it look really, really good.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think when you did you see the footage at Comic-Con, Corey, and did that persuade you that maybe it was going to be an okay idea?
No, I actually saw it. I can't remember the movie. It was just a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I think they made a show, the trailer before Leatherheads, I believe, is where I saw it for the first time. And wow, I mean, I can't wait till it comes out. I mean, it's going to be one of the best movies this summer. That I've seen the previews for so far. I think it's going to be great. Did you actually get to watch it?
Yeah, I saw it, and I think the thing that's cool about it is, you know, every summer there are a ton of comic book movies that come out and big effects movies that come out, and this summer is no different. You know, Speed Racer's coming out just the following weekend, and that's a pretty incredible spectacle itself. But what's neat about Iron Man is they really took the time to develop the characters and the story. And the effects are cool, but they're not the main show. You know, I mean, that was my problem with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, was it was like, we get it, the effects are great, but if you don't give a hoot about the story or you can't follow the story or the characters, what's the point? Whereas with this, I think particularly because Downey's performance is so strong and he's a likable guy, it's really it's a tight script, and it's a great performance.
Good. Yeah, see, I think that's what a lot of people forget. I mean, I'm not in the movie business or presume to know everything, but I think with all the CG going on in movies today and all the special effects, I think writers and directors forget that what makes a movie good is the characters, not the special effects. So that's good. That's glad to hear. I look forward to seeing it.
Corey, what part of the country are you in?
I'm in Norman, Oklahoma.
You're in Norman, Oklahoma, and that principle of story and characters is one that people that are in this town don't seem to get, and it's really fascinating to me that you get it and you're spot on. What did you think of the 300?
You know what, 300, I saw the previews for it, and I was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I didn't actually see it in the theater. I actually rented it once it came out.
Right.
Absolutely loved it.
Right.
Really?
And I was surprised. I didn't expect it to be good at all, but that's one of my favorite movies. I've seen it several times now.
Yeah, Yui Princess is on the board saying that they love the 300, and you know the thing is that movie making, what the director did with that film is something completely unique and ingenious, and a lot of the critics really killed the movie, but I thought the story was good, the characters were good, and it is over the top, but in a great way, and really compelling.
Yeah. It's based on a comic book. I mean, if it's based on a comic book, it's supposed to be larger than life, and because that's again based on a cartoon. And
a bad cartoon, a very bad cartoon, and YFR is saying
Marty doesn't like, but which has a cult following among many other people. But the
right, it's like
it's anime, you know.
Right.
But the Wachowski brothers did this weird thing where they've got the foreground and the background in focus at the same time, and these very, very bright, sort of super saturated colors, like Skittle colors, and the fact of just making you feel like you're inside a cartoon, and it's really wild.
See, that's another one that doesn't look good to me at all. But again, I'm not a Speed Racer fan, and so, but yeah, it does. I think they did a great job at capturing that, just from the trailers and things, capturing the anime essence.
Who likes the Speed Racer cartoon other than the opening song to Go Speed Racer? Go Speed Racer, go!
Hippies and people who haven't given up doing acid.
It's terrible. It's a terrible Japanese cartoon that when it came out, it was terrible. It was always on the PBS station. It was never on any kind of primetime station. It was terrible. And now they're making a movie out of it because they're so strapped for ideas.
It's because the Japanese don't require us to pay them royalties.
Speed Racer on PBS?
Yeah, here is always on Channel 52.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that goes into the 50s is, pre-cable was not a good omen for the type of show you had.
If you want to watch Speed Racer now, you got to go to public access, and some guy's just pointing his video camera at, old tapes of Speed Racer is the only way you can see it.
When they're telling you they're screening your movie on 385, don't get excited. There's 8 people that are going to see it. So, at any rate. Well, so any other questions, Corey?
No. My only other question is, he refrained from the crack pipe long enough to do the interview?
Dude, the guy's been clean for a few years, and I don't think crack is ever his drug.
Did you say dude? I don't think Newsweek uses the word dude. Time.
What?
I said I don't think that the reporters for Newsweek use the word dude too often. That's why Time Magazine trumps Newsweek.
That's a shame. The guy... Yeah, the guy messed up a while back, and that's still what everyone associates with him, right? So hopefully this movie will get that off his back a little bit.
Corey, why do you say?
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Corey, you there? Corey.
Yeah.
First of all, email me and give me your address and tell me the type of movies you like, and I'll dig something up and send you something. And secondly, how can you say that Robert Downey Jr. messed up just because he was found sleeping in some lady's bed? She came into her beach house, and he was curled up in a fetal position, saying, "Just 20 more minutes."
That's
just
a Thursday
20
night.
More minutes.
It's Thursday night in my world.
It was actually a child's room.
It's even
With a
worse.
child
That's a
drug
Tuesday
at
night.
his neighbor's house. Yeah.
How do these guys get busted? I don't get it. You got more money than God. Take a cab. Just take a cab. Here's an idea. Spend $100 on a limo to trail you around and take you from bar to bar. You puke, and they pick you up, they put you in, they clean you up, and take you home, and there's no drunken driving.
Well,
it's an honest mistake. Went on and woke up in their neighbor's house.
Spoken like a true Oklahoma liberal. That's how you liberals are, man. You're making excuses for everybody. Hey, I love the drama. Do you love the drama that's going on right now? There is no better drama than Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. These two people reinventing themselves every single day. I'm riveted. I just said there is no TV show that is better than these two people calling each other out. You're a racist. No, you're a racist. I won. The white people are good. I lost. I had to have lost because I'm black and they're racist.
Can I give you a prediction?
Yeah, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, what is your prediction, man, with the backward hat?
Everyone thought that there could never be a bigger choke artist than the New England Patriots winning every game and then losing the Super Bowl. I think Barack Obama is going to be the biggest choke artist in the history of politics.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
I'm going to give UE Radio top billing on that one. UE Radio is going to claim ownership to that. Say again?
Yeah, we own the rights to all statements that J-Cred makes, unfortunately.
Yes.
All right. Hey,
There's nothing you can do with that. You got it. It's yours.
We don't want it. I was just kidding.
If you want,
what's funny about this whole thing, though?
Yeah.
Is McCain's already popped the champagne because Hillary and Barack are taking each other out.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what makes.
Am I the only one who watched Cindy McCain on The View, by the way?
Cindy McCain. Listen,
her,
Cindy McCain is the first.
I think you're the only one who watches The View.
Cindy McCain is a first lady I can get behind, okay? That's all I'm saying. Cindy McCain is a very beautiful woman.
She's very pretty. She is very pretty.
But everybody's saying, how did McCain... How did McCain? I don't know what's going on with this phone system where like there's a delay and everybody's like talking over each other. But I mean, you're John McCain. You're locked in a box for 5 years. They ravage you. They beat you. They break your bones. You come home. You want a little play. I think that's what happened. He meets Cindy McCain, who's worth over $100 million. She looks the way she does. She's worth $100 million, and she loves him. Hey, to the point where she combs his hair every day. He can't comb his own hair because his arm is crippled because they broke it so many times.
And he's too old to lift it.
Listen, if I have a son, I want him to grow up like John McCain, okay? Not Hillary Clinton, who's talking about, there I was with Chelsea. Corkscrewing down, landing. Sniper fire everywhere. I put Chelsea under my arm. I started breastfeeding her. I said, not now, Chelsea. We ran for cover. The bullets were flying. I dove over Wolfgang Puck to save him from the buffet table. Because I needed to give a speech. And they show the video of her tanning and somebody rubbing sunscreen on her. And she says, my mistake, my bad, I misspoke. Well, I guess so.
Barack has no experience. I've been dodging sniper fire for 20 years. Take that, John McCain.
Yes,
that's what Hillary sounds like.
I don't understand.
Dude, the whole John McCain and hot wife thing, I think, can be summed up in 3 words:
J-Cred wants
scars.
I can definitely see why Cindy would have gone for McCain. Totally.
The guy was a fighter pilot. The guy's a fighter pilot. He's in the Air Force.
He's a handsome guy. He's athletic. He's a war hero. He's like a stud.
Drives a Porsche.